July 3rd, 2026. Dear friendly companion me, have you ever gone days without checking on a friend? You think about them, but you just get caught up in your own world. How does it make you feel? Do you question how good of a friend you must truly be? I go through these periods where I'm really close to people. Best of friends, having the best of time. And then it's like I drift away. I somehow mentally check out. Not because I want to, not because I love them less, not because I care less. I just stop reaching out as much. And then the longer it's been since I've reached out, the harder for me it is to reach out. I'm grateful. I have friends that understand my mental health. I have friends that know, despite my quietness, I'm still there. They still check on me. They still see how I'm doing. They still support me. And while I'm so grateful I'm so grateful for that, I feel bad because they deserve that too. And then I tell myself I'm such a bad friend and I'm a horrible friend because I don't do this, that, and the other. Today, one of my best friends reached out to me. She has so much going on in her world. And mentally, I know that she's struggling. Emotionally, I know that she's struggling. And she's holding it together the best way she knows how. And I want to help. I just don't know how to help. I know more than likely it's just being a good listening ear, offering advice when I have some to give. But she and I are kind of in the same boat. We are in these situations where our mental health has taken a huge toll on our life. And we have these partners that we struggle with, which we would never admit to, not to anybody outside of our little circle, because admitting to somebody else that you have issues means the comments come. Oh my gosh, you should just leave. Oh my gosh, he's a dog. Oh my gosh, they're this, that, and the other. But our mental health says it's your fault. You were the reason why you're in the situation. You don't get to complain about it. You don't get to bitch about it. You get to just suck it up and deal with it. At least this person cares about you, right? At least sometimes you feel that way. Other times, not so much, but you push through it. You ignore that because it's better than being alone. And so you come to some kind of agreement with yourself. Because you put yourself in this situation, because you allowed this to happen, you deserve for it to happen. In your mind, you know it's not true. She and I are both fully aware that logically, that's not true. But we don't know what to do with that. Where do we go from there? What are we supposed to do? Pack up, leave everything that we know? Start all over again? Be alone? Those options seem so much worse than just toughing through it. And at least we have each other. Well, when I'm being a good friend. I spoke with her today and I could hear the frustration and I could see how tired she is. She has 2 kids, 2 gorgeous daughters, and she doesn't have help. And when I say she doesn't have help, I mean she has a partner. They live together. They've created this life together. But she's drowning. She's drowning in her own emotions, in her own world. He doesn't seem to see it. And if he does see it, he doesn't seem to care. And if he does care, he has an awful way of showing it. We used to live together, and we had a phenomenal time. We laughed and played and joked and danced and sang. We were probably our best selves in those moments because we were able to just breathe. We weren't worried about making somebody like us or making somebody else happy. We just were. And then sometimes things happen, and they did in this instance, and things got more prickly than I would want it to. And we went our separate ways for a while. And I wasn't sure if we would talk again because I assumed that she was upset, and I know that my feelings were hurt, and you know what happens when those things take place. But we did find each other again. We did. And without missing a beat, got through it. But then things were different. Not because of the things that we went through with each other, but because we built this understanding that as much as we dislike our situations, as much as we are frustrated with our situations, we know we're not going to do anything about it. I could talk until I'm blue in the face, and at the end of the day, make the same decisions. And she feels similarly. We just have given up, so to speak. We live life, as in we wake up and we do the things we're supposed to and the things that we need to, and take care of others and check on the ones that we check in on, and we're a listening ear to those people. But it's like autopilot. We do what we have to do to survive. And that doesn't make me feel like a great friend to her. We live an hour and a half apart. So I would love to be able to just whisk her away for a day. Have a spa day. A staycation. We could use a staycation where we just rent out a room and probably just sleep, gab, laugh, eat. She deserves that. I just know that in order to do that, we would take the kids with us, which would then defeat the whole staycation part of that. I don't know if we're doing the right thing. I know we feel like we are. I know that we think that we are. I know that we've decided that at least we're in this together. But does that mean we are just clutches for each other's trauma bonds? Does that mean that we are supporting the other's downfall? Are we being friends to each other? It isn't that we're not honest with each other. We are brutally honest with each other. Hey, this situation smells fishy. We just also know that if she calls me and she says, oh my God, he's doing this, I'm not going to be like, he's a horrible guy. That's not what she needs. That's not what she's wanting to hear. And while it could be true that maybe he is a horrible guy, what good does it do to hear that if you are paralyzed with fear and can't do anything about it? What good does it do for you to tell me how much you dislike my spouse, dislike my life, dislike my choices? It doesn't change anything except isolate me from the one person I thought I could talk to. So then the question becomes, is being a friend about doing the thing that's right? And what does doing the thing that's right even look like? Do I keep telling her how great she is? Because she is. And how beautiful she is? Because she is. And how she could do better? Because she could. Knowing that that's just going to make the situation worse? Or do I stand by her and support her decision, knowing that that decision is slowly killing her? But also knowing to make another choice means more struggle, more fatigue, more loneliness. Those are the things I ask myself because I know that my marriage is far from perfect. My mental health has taken a huge hit in this relationship. She knows that. I'm honest about it. I am able to admit that I struggle with a lot of the things that are supposed to be easy in a relationship, so to speak. No, relationships aren't supposed to be easy, but I have this belief that there should be some mutual understanding between you and your significant other that things should be relatively simple. You should be able to talk to each other at the very least. I should be able to communicate with you like, hey, this is bothering me. Hey, this need's not being met. Hey, this is a concern of mine. And that partner cares enough to say, hey, that's not the way I handle things, but I see that it's really bothering you. Let me relieve some of that tension. What do you do when you and your partner are completely different people? In my mind, I make sense and I am expressing how I feel and expressing what I think and what I need and what I want. That may not come across to him the same way. And she and I are able to have that conversation. Hey, I don't know what's so complicated about this. I feel like I'm being crystal clear. I feel like I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve here. I keep saying the same things over and over, and they don't seem to land the way that I need them to. And I know she understands that. I know that she has probably had the same conversations a million times before with her partner just for the results to be the same. Do we keep encouraging each other to leave, knowing that neither of us will? Do we encourage each other to stay, knowing that we will both be upset? Do we hide our feelings and just drown in the emotional and mental health that is our life? People oftentimes think that it's really easy to leave situations. Well, if it's that bad, just leave. The alternatives aren't always any better. Mental health is hard any given time, but it's that much harder when you're alone. When you feel like there's nobody there, mental health will beat you up. Well, but you feel like he's not there. Yeah, but at the end of the day, he physically is. I can physically see him. At least I physically see somebody with me. Is it the greatest relationship in the world? Not by a long shot. Is this what I thought my relationship would look like? Not at all. Would I want my child to have this kind of relationship? No. So then why do you stay? Better than nothing? Well, that sounds really sad. Why would you do that? I don't know what else to do. Now, I'm having this conversation with you guys knowing fully well my husband listens to my podcast. I'm being as transparent and as real as I usually am. My husband listening to my podcast does not mean I change up how I feel or what I say or how I say it. He knows that I struggle with my mental health. He knows that I struggle in our marriage. He knows this is really hard for me. Being married has been really hard for me. He knows that there's lots of things that I've wanted out of this marriage that I know that I will never get. Do I know how that makes him feel? No. We don't really talk about it. I know that he feels that we probably have. And maybe in some way we have had that conversation, just not to a way my brain understands it and it satisfies that itch of having that conversation. So what do we do? How do we continue to support each other? What's more important, to support her relationship or her mental health? How do you support one without the other? They're both intertwined. The best that I can do for now is remember that she's there and to reach out. To remember that she needs to hear from me as often as I need to hear from her. For her to know that she's as seen and is heard and is loved as anybody should be. If I could give her anything, I would give her the opportunity to see herself the way that I see her. She is so strong, but she may not always feel like that. To survive the things that she and I have gone through, to survive the things that she has gone through, and to still be standing is amazing. To have given birth to 2 children, to be raising 2 small humans, despite the mental health challenges that she faces, is amazing. She's doing amazing. And it may not always feel that way. It may not always feel like she's doing the best that she can. She may not see it that way. Sometimes we have to let our friends be our mirror. Sometimes we have to see ourselves through other people's eyes. It's something that I taught my kids at the mental hospital, that we don't always see what everyone else sees. And in those moments that we don't see it, we have to trust the people who mean the most to us. I explained it to one of my kiddos and she regurgitated it back to me in one of my low moments. Well, do you think I'm a liar? When I tell you I love you, when I tell you you're beautiful, when I tell you you're wanted and that I care, it's because I mean those things. And while your first instinct is to argue back, no, I'm not. I believe it. Many others believe it. Are you going to look us all in the face and tell us we're lying to you? Your feelings are valid. Aren't ours? Aren't we allowed to see you in a greater way that you see yourself? Because I do. I see the little gems that you hide, that people don't recognize about you. You're caring. Unbelievably caring. You see the world and you want to save it. You don't know how to save it, but you want to. You hear someone yelling and you automatically want to help them get out of a situation. Neighbors are crazy. You want to be the best there is for your kids. And right now, that might look like what you're doing. It may look like sitting on the floor, surrounded by toys, with a certified yapper who pushes buttons just to push buttons. You may be overly frustrated and overwhelmed, overstimulated. And there may be days that you just pick up your phone and you sit with me on FaceTime and you're just like, this is the best that I can do. And you know what? That's pretty great. You're still showing up. You're still showing out. I'm proud of you. I'm not always good at saying those things, but I am. I'm proud of you, and I love you, and I'm so grateful to be your friend. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. It's so nice seeing how strong you are, how emotionally aware you are, how talented you are. I can't wait till we're by each other's side and we are living the best lives that we want. I can't wait till I call you one day and say, hey, we're going on a trip. Pack up the kids. You, me, and the kids, we're going. I got us covered. That's going to happen one day. I am determined to make that happen one day. I believe enough in myself at this moment to say that I'm going to make the money that I need for you and I to go on a vacation. The kids are going to play. They're going to go to their little daycare. We're going to take a cruise. We're going to go on a cruise. And we're going to have the best of times. We're going to laugh. We'll probably cry. We'll probably remember how we got there, how we met. This weekend, I might make you some homemade bread and bring it to you because you deserve it. I will love on you the best way that I know how to love on you. I will care for you the best way I know how to care for you. And that's one bite of a pie at a time. So, I'm glad that I'm your friend. I'm sorry I'm not always the best friend that you deserve. I'll work on it as I continue to work on myself this month. But for all of you out there who question how great of a friend you are, remember the people who love you most. Understand you're doing your best, even when it doesn't look like you can. Sometimes all we can do is listen. So just remember, today is another page in the story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your bite of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.